Top 10 Most Insane Guests on Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil never gets tired of the hundreds of guests who appear on the show. Some of the guests are truly insane, and today we have a look at some of the insane cases. Feel free to add other guests to the list after watching the video. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. Let's get it going. 10. Jay. Amy tolerates bad behavior from her son because she feels sorry for him. According to Amy, Jay has been through a lot, including illnesses and abandonment by his father. She lets him do anything he wants at whatever time he wants. The thing is, Jay is 20 years old, but Amy feels like he is stuck at 16. Jay knows that his mother can't kick him out of the house, so he uses that to manipulate her. He has anger issues and snaps at everything. Jay also calls his mom names and yells at her daily. He admires the criminal lifestyle and portrays himself as a gangster online. In the real sense, he wouldn't hurt a fly. Funny, huh? One time his neighbor called the police, and instead of taking him to jail, the police took him to a psychiatric ward. Yeah, exactly where he belonged. The saddest part of his life is that he is addicted to marijuana. Jay smokes marijuana every 30 minutes and spends a lot of money on weed every month. He got a marijuana card for health purposes, but Jay took it a notch higher. He stays stoned every second of his life. Okay, at 20 years old, please move out and get a job. Social media has made us slaves. I wonder when people will realize that it's better to have a few real friends than thousands of fake followers. 9. Azza. Azza has close to 40,000 followers on Instagram. She posts photos of her body to attract more likes and comments. Her dream is to be Instagram famous. What happened to dreams that involve getting an education and a job or running a business? She hopes that one day her Instagram will grow to 40 million followers. Wow, dream on, honey. The dream is free. Azza was bullied when she was growing up, so she decided to lose a lot of weight afterwards. Right now, she would rather die than be ugly. She spends about $20,000 every month to look hot and perfect, and only attends classes to show off her expensive clothes and accessories. Azza has no talent, by the way. She wants to be famous for being famous. If she doesn't get Instagram famous, she will head out and look for a rich man to support her lifestyle. Her friends got tired of her, and she lost almost all of them in the process. Judging by her attitude during the interview, Azza only went to the show to attract more fame. Dr. Phil, you shouldn't have enabled the wannabe. She's a train wreck waiting to happen. The human brain can sometimes be easily manipulated. Some people have mastered the art of taking advantage of people's vulnerability. 8. Kelly. Kelly met a spiritual guru online and started following his work. One day, she decided to go to one of his retreats. Her mom strongly discouraged the retreat because it sounded more like a cult to her, but Kelly went anyway. The guru spoke the entire time and sent them into some sort of trance. Kelly swore that she saw devil faces in front of the guru's face. Later, she looked in the mirror and witnessed her eyes go dark. Also, she talked to a certain woman whose utterances weren't normal. Then she saw two strange white beings. At the end of the night, she was convinced that she was abducted and impregnated by aliens. Wow, if that's not a cult, I don't know what is. Her life completely changed after attending the Sedona retreat. She accused her mother of horrible things, including molesting her and her daughter. Yet she still lived under the same roof with her mother. Insane. When you watch a lot of Dr. Phil, you are likely to be more cautious about scammers. You can almost smell a scam from miles away. 7. Josie. Josie's family watched a lot of episodes, and they said a Nigerian man was catfishing Josie. Josie watched the show on several occasions, but she knew that her case was different. She spoke to Victor via Skype and on the phone, and he was not someone posing as a male model or using fake profiles to catfish her. Victor supposedly lived with scammers in Malaysia, but he wanted to turn over a new leaf. Josie sent him money to facilitate his relocation to Nigeria. He never asked her for any money, but she would send him some dollars every once in a while. She believed that she would get married to Victor someday, even though she had never gathered the courage to visit him in Nigeria. Well, scammers are now brighter and more informed. I'm assuming they also watch shows like Dr. Phil so that they can invent other methods of scamming people. It was a hard realization for Josie, but it saved her money and time that she would have continued wasting on a scammer. Watching too many movies can make people believe in things that don't exist. Snap out of it. Fiction is all in the imagination, which happens in people's heads. 6. Debbie. Debbie believed that she was electronically harassed. Someone sent gang stalkers to make her life a living hell. Every time she saw a plane, she believed it was following her. The crazy beliefs caused her sleepless nights and days full of anxiety. Debbie was obsessed with cleaning her house. Somehow, aliens or something else made their way into their house and camped on her appliances. She would clean her entire house for over 5 hours every day, but she insisted that the aliens return to the house. Her husband disconnected the internet for a while because that was the source of all the insanity. It never helped. Debbie still insisted that gang stalkers were after her. The house is always covered in blankets to keep the stalkers out. One day the husband went home and found Debbie wrapped in a survival blanket. This behavior caused a strain in their relationship, and they decided to seek help from Dr. Phil. They say the apple never falls far from the tree. The next guest on the show claims that she got her bad behaviors from her mother, but the mom said that the traits were not from her. 5. Hannah. When Hannah was a small girl, she was a little angel. Her mom nicknamed her Joy because she was such a happy soul. At the age of 15, she got into trouble with the cops for stealing a bottle of perfume. Since then, everything became a roller coaster. She graduated to stealing bigger things, including cars. Hannah was convicted for numerous crimes, and it's insane. Her parents lost track of all the time she went to jail. They believe that Hannah somehow sweet-talks the judges and gets light punishments for her crimes. They say that she should have spent more time in jail than she did. Jacqueline is aware that her daughter is capable of manipulating Dr. Phil into believing that she is an angel. Hannah sends men photos on social media in exchange for money. Most of the time, she asks the men to send the money, but she never sends the photos. If she were to grade her mother, Hannah would give her a D+. There's a phase in life where most people become careless, drink, and party. Call it living life. This phase is something people experience in their teens or their 20s, and at worst 30s. Imagine a grandmother giving her family issues over these problems. 4. Teresa. Teresa said that she did her part in raising and parenting her children. It was time for her to have fun. Since her parents had passed on, she has dated 20 different men. She has lost a significant amount of weight and started to go to parties. At one time, she had 2 different men living with her under the same roof at the same time. Teresa then got involved with men online and started sending them money overseas. She spent close to $7,000 on different men across the globe. Her children believe that she has a drinking problem, a claim which Teresa denies, even though she had been hospitalized after falling off of a bar stool. Teresa showed up to family gatherings drunk, and children started calling her the crazy grandma. Well, she is in a lot of denial, but the 59-year-old is going through a midlife crisis. Young girls leave their parents' house in pursuit of a better life, then they end up struggling when they realize that the world is tough out there. 3. Jessica. Jessica left her parents' house when she was 18 to become a famous stripper. She met a guy online who promised to make her a rich video vixen. In the actual sense, the man was a pimp, and he made Jessica's life a living hell. Jessica lost control of her life and she lived with her 2-year-old daughter in a shelter. Sometimes she would leave her baby with the pimp, and she claims that the 2-year-old liked him. It's insane to leave a small girl with a man who sexually traffics other women. Her role models in the dance industry are Amber Rose, Black China, and Cardi B. Jessica claims that her parents kicked her out of the house when they found out that she was also a sugar baby. It's probably a lie because Jessica has a record of lying. She's lied to her parents for almost her entire life. Get this. Her parents are therapists, but they can't report Jessica to protective services because she threatened to take their granddaughter away from them for good. Living a little is good. There is no point in working so hard and eventually leaving all the money behind upon death. 2. Mark. Mark lives in his car, but not because he is completely hopeless. He said that his sister is a bit judgmental because she doesn't understand what he goes through. Mark calls this lifestyle urban camping. Everything he needs to survive is within 3 miles. When he wakes up in the morning, he uses a restroom near the parking lot. He does all his laundry at the health center and goes to a church nearby where he gets free coffee. When he doesn't want to go to food outlets specifically, he orders the food online, and it is delivered to him in the parking lot. The man is outright stingy. He has a job and can afford to live comfortably, but he doesn't want to pay the bills. I wonder what will happen when he gets a family. Maybe he'll move into a bus and continue the cycle. I don't understand how some people comfortably lie for so long. Some people lie until they can no longer tell the truth in their lives. I saved the best for last, but first I have a quick challenge that takes only 5 seconds to complete. So if you can leave a like and subscribe within the next 5 seconds, you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Just try it. It really works. 1. Karl. Karl claims that he had kidney cancer, bladder cancer, and liver cancer. He also said that he had kidney failure. Karl told people that he had 8 heart attacks and 2 within a week. He called 911 several times and always walked out of the hospital after about an hour or so. Also, he takes insulin medication for diabetes. Newsflash, he does not have diabetes. Wow, if all those illnesses were real, he should probably go on record for having the strongest illness tolerance in the world. He called in one day to ask for money and claimed that he hadn't eaten for 20 days, yet he was still alive and kicking. Karl called his daughter many times and told her that he was dying. He was in and out of the emergency room at least 200 times in 1 year. Karl also posted messages on Facebook claiming that he was in terrible condition and needed help. He is just a whole new level of insane. Thanks for watching and have an excellent day.